Hello, this is Pat, and I'm presenting this article, The Effect of a Formal Mentoring Program on Career Satisfaction and Intent to Stay in the Faculty Role, by Stephanie Jeffers and Bette Mariani. The purpose of this article is a way of addressing the nurse faculty shortage. The current nurse faculty vacancy rate is 7.1%, with literature showing that the number will continue to rise in the near future. Causes for the nurse faculty shortage include retirement of seasoned nurse faculty, poor compensation earned by nurse faculty, and greater flexibility offered by other employment opportunities, which is forcing schools of higher education to hire RNs and MSNs or doctorate degrees into faculty roles with little or no formal education in the art and science of teaching. These novice educators are moving from their clinical area of expertise to a new unfamiliar culture. I speak as one who has been there. They are familiar with the hospital or clinical site culture, but a community college or a university is very different. Even what constitute as staff is very different. New faculty rely on the guidance of seasoned faculty, or at least someone who has more experience than they do. This study defined the novice nurse as someone with 5 or less years of experience. I have 5 years of experience, and now I am the director. So you can see how faculty and administrators of nurse education are in very short supply. There were 3 aims of this study. Do novice nurse faculty who participate in a formal mentoring program, 1, have higher career satisfaction scores than those who did not, 2, intend to remain in a faculty role longer than those who did not, and 3, to explore the experiences of novice nurse faculty who teach in an undergraduate baccalaureate nursing programs or graduate programs. Learning about mixed method research. This study is defined as a descriptive comparative design comparing those novice nurse faculty that had a formal mentoring program with those who did not. Data collection using MSSS Semantic Differential Scale measures the meaning of attitudes and beliefs towards a specified concept of interest. It includes 16 opposite objective pairs rated on a 7-point scale. Each participant chooses the point on the scale that best represents their attitudes towards the concept. This type of scale was new to me, so I read up on it and found that it should mainly be used with respondents that are intelligent and cooperative, with a good knowledge of language and are able to make fine distinctions. In other words, you have to put some serious thought into answering each question. The quantitative aspect of this mixed method study was the qualitative aspect of this mixed method study was several open-ended questions at the end of the semantic differential scale. Now this is where you come in. My question is, does several open-ended questions at the end of a survey constitute a mixed method study? What can be done to improve the qualitative aspect of this research? Findings and methodological contributions to my research. This study has been presented as a descriptive comparative design, but the 2 groups being compared were uneven by more than a 2-to-1 margin, favoring those who were not mentored. They did take this into consideration for the statistical analysis. The quantitative data from this study found only one area of statistical significance, and that was that novice nurse faculty who had job satisfaction planned on staying in the role. One of their main focuses found that there was no statistically significant difference in job satisfaction for those who had mentoring and those who did not. The qualitative data analysis produced 1 theme, navigating academia, and 3 sub-themes, learning the complexity of the educator role, building relationships, and fending for oneself. The contributions that this article contributed to my research was that it enabled me to see the complexities of having participants respond and to complete the questionnaire in its entirety. I can see that they put a lot of time into the quantitative aspect of the study, but much less thought into the qualitative aspect. Relationship to other course readings. At the beginning of our mixed methods course, it focused on writing good quantitative questions and mixed methods questions. The authors did not specify any mixed methods questions. They had 3 focuses for the study, which looked very similar to quantitative questions. According to Creswell and Plano-Clark, this is a potential validity threat when merging the data. All research questions should be addressed. The authors did address their focuses, but not a specific mixed methods research question. This study follows Creswell and Plano-Clark's conversion design because they use the same population and questions for both the quantitative and the qualitative aspects of the study. Fink recommends that we conduct a pilot test of our surveys. There was no mention of a pilot study in this paper. The qualitative study is all about encouraging our participants to give thoughtful answers to our questions. When our questions are given in short, open-ended questions at the end of a survey, there is no way of encouraging thoughtful answers. Thank you, and have a good night.